Okay, so during today's PD, when we were going over the bookshelf tab for HMH, Mr. Tam gave us some really good insight that I wanted to make sure that was added to this PD's slide deck. So we're going to go ahead and review what Mr. Tam shared with us during our PD today. So in when students go to their independent reading station, typically students are reading a book and then they take a reading quiz. Mr. Tam shared with us during PD today that he actually has his students complete a graphic organizer for the specific text that their student is reading during their independent reading station, which is an amazing recommendation. So I wanted to make sure to share with you guys how to access those resources on HMH. So we're going to start off by going to the Discover tab. From the Discover tab, you can click All Resources, and then you can click Assessment and Grading. Once you are in assessment and grading, you can type over here on the top left corner where the blue um, telescope, no, that's not a telescope, where this blue search icon is. You can just type in the title of the book. So let's type in the book Accidental Love. Once you type it in, it'll pull up the resources that are available for that specific piece of text. Before I open any of the resources for this specific text, I did want to point out you'll see four different little hearts here that are red that I have added to my favorite list on HMH just because these different resources are amazing. So here we see all the graphic organizers for all of the stage C, which is the high school level of Read 180. You'll see all the reading graphic organizers for all the different texts that are available for students to read online on the bookshelf. And it is about 281 pages, but because it includes all the graphic organizers for all the stories, this is a good resource because you can see which books have graphic organizers. I also favorited the independent reading quick writes. So if you also want students to not just do the graphic organizer, you also want them to do a quick write based on the story that they have chosen. This has all the different quick write prompts that students can complete for all the different texts that are available to them. This has 129. This is 129 pages, but here it'll give you the prompt. It'll give your students some directions, and then it'll give them the space for them to do quick writes. Some are longer than others. See, for example, for accidental love, it gives them a few different prompts, and then it'll give them a different sheet where they can actually respond to each of the individual prompts. So this is also a good resource to have. I also hearted the independent reading overviews. If you would like to do, for example, teachers who teach academic success, you want to have students read an online chapter book together via HMH. You can do that and you can use this to kind of give students a summary of what they'll be reading. It tells you how many pages it is, the genre that it is, and it gives you these conferencing questions, which are questions that you can use to do, let's say, discussions with your class, and giving those students the opportunity to talk in your classroom setting about what they're reading. It also lets you know if they are what other resources are available for the specific text. So here we see that there's a graphic organizer that they can complete. There's also quick writes that they can do. Again, this is a really good resource specifically for teachers who have academic success and are looking to implement this in their class setting. Um, and it has it for all of the books that students can access via the bookshelf through the HMH website. So that's also something that I have favorited. This also is independent reading quick writes. Just this one's maybe 2 pages longer. I don't know what the difference is, but I hearted it. I put it on my favorites anyways, just in case. Okay, so now going back specifically to the text that we chose, if we go here, anything that has any text that is blue, that means that you have access to opening it online. Anything that does not have, that is not blue, then you will not be able to open. However, so for example, let's do the reading quiz. So here you'll have the title, and then over here on the right side, you'll have what the component is. So if we do the independent reading quiz, if you want to give your students the reading quizzes, but you don't want to give it to them on the computer, you're able to print the quizzes and have them complete it that way. I do want to note that it gives you different versions of quizzes for the book. So here we see the title of the book, and then this is Standard Quiz 1. If we scroll down, this one is Standard Quiz 2. We keep scrolling, and it even has the challenge quizzes here listed as well. So when you continue to scroll at the bottom, you'll have the answer key for the quizzes. So that's probably why some of the options listed in the resources section are not highlighted in blue because they're all linked in this one link here, for example. Here for Accidental Love, we also see that there is a quick write response that students can complete. So we click there. Here you'll see the short responses and then the quick write responses that the space that they can respond to. And then if we click here where it says Independent Reading Graphic Organizer, you'll see the graphic organizer specific to the text Accidental Love. And then it also tells them what is the strategy that they're using and how they should complete uh, the double bubble map. And then this one is just like an exemplar for students to look at if you want them to look at it, or it could also be used as a way for you to use when it comes to grading the graphic organizer. So this is just some really good resources if you want to change up your independent reading station um, for your literacy enrichment class or to support your code students with that comprehension component. Thank you. And again, thank you to Mr. Tam for sharing this amazing resource during today's PD.